It's actually quite easy to 100% a trial chamber in Minecraft with no outside materials, even if you're doing it in hardcore, because come on, it's a trial chamber. There's nothing actually dangerous in there. But what about a woodland mansion? If you had no clue what I was referencing in the intro about trial chambers, hi! Welcome to my channel. You clearly haven't seen my other videos like this. That's okay, you don't need to. If you want to, they'll be linked with the little card that can appear. I'm gonna do that because I can be cool like that. But anyway, hello, I'm Corn. Welcome to my channel. Let's establish some ground rules for exactly what I'm gonna be doing today. Because while I'm doing it sort of hardcore style, I'm not technically doing it hardcore. Instead, I'll be starting in creative with cheats on, so I can use /locate to find the closest woodland mansion, teleport myself to it, and then immediately put myself in survival, lock the difficulty on hard, and if I die, that's the end of that world and the end of that run. And I can't use cheats, because if I was actually in hardcore, I wouldn't be able to use cheats. So during the challenge, I can't use cheats, but at the end, once I think I've completed it, I'll put myself in spectator to check my work and see if I've actually 100%ed it, or if I've missed something. And when I say I start with no materials, I mean I go in with nothing. And I'm not allowed to start like breaking down the walls of the structure to get at the things. No, no, no. I can break things if I'm trying to get to something else because some places have hidden rooms, but I can't just start tearing the building down for materials. I can only use what I find inside. In the case of a mansion where, mobs can just sort of walk in, 100%ing it is going to mean I've cleared all of the rooms at least once and I've gotten rid of all naturally spawning vindicators and evokers. Because if I tried to just like 100% mob proof the place, that is an entirely different project. But anyway, I have to 100% it, and I cannot leave the mansion until it is done. Also, this isn't all the footage, because I'm not a monster, and I'm not going to make you sit through an hour-long video that has no editing. But if you really want to see the entire thing, I will be releasing a second video that's all of the footage unedited. It'll be linked in the description as an unlisted video. Enjoy that if that's how you want to spend your time. So those are the rules. Let me just stick a cool little text blurb here. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into it. We start where all worlds start, in the Create a World menu, because that's where worlds start. And as you can see, I'm not putting it in hardcore, because as we've discussed, I want to be able to locate the mansion really quick. So I'm putting in creative, I have cheats on, I use /locate, I stick myself in spectator, because a lot of times you spawn under the mansion, and then the first thing I noticed is how close this mansion is. Now that's a close one. And here I'm locking the world difficulty, and because when I created it, I set it to hard, I can just lock it real fast here. Did you put me by the entrance at least? Yeah, okay. When you teleport to a mansion, you generally spawn somewhere near the entrance, so here I'm changing my difficulty to survival and just heading right on in. Alright, let's see what you got for me. Oh, thank you. Oh, this is a great start. Now you might be thinking, Corn, what makes this start a great start? And it's a great start because first of all, that checkerboard floor room, yeah, that always has a chest in it, so that's great. And second of all, that little door outline, that means a hidden room, and that hidden room always spawns with an enchanted efficiency 1 axe. So we are starting out great. We have a weapon, and we've got prizes. Oh, this just... Thank you. Okay. And the great start just keeps getting better because now I have 1 iron, which is enough to make a shield. Today, best start in a while. So now I had an axe, a weapon, and my next goal was to cut down a tree, but not with the axe. No, that wastes precious durability, and this axe is for stabbing only, strictly stabbing. I was gonna punch it with my hands. The point of the tree was to get blocks I could use to build up, and to maybe get an apple if I was lucky. And I was lucky. Could I get an apple? I'd appreciate an apple. Thank you! Oh my gosh. Today is a great day. Today is a beautiful day. There's something that wants to kill me very close to me, but today is a beautiful day. Alright. And here I start in on like the wood border and the dirt, because that's fair game. The walls aren't fair game, but everything inside the room is fair game. And I am going to take as much as I can get because it's not going to be a lot. And then after that, I turned my logs into planks, some of my planks into a crafting table, and some of my planks into a shield. And then I was ready to face the mansion. Hello. Thank you. You don't actually get my axe, because I can just punch you to death. And you can't hit me. Sure, it might be a little timely. Not timely. Timely's the opposite. Time-wasty. and a fair bit annoying, but I can and will punch you to death. Axe durability is a precious thing. I'm saving it on the people who can send magical spirits after me. And also, like, floor claws. Alright. Though it might have been more efficient to use my axe, it was totally doable to just punch them to death, and besides, it was kind of funny. Hello? Hello, second stabby guy. Thank you very much. If you would just chase me right over here to my very nice Pillar of Doom. I've never counted how many hits it takes to kill one of these guys with your bare hands, but if someone could, like, count in the comments and tell me, I think it would be a little different each time because, like, of, like, the sword thingy, when that happens when you hit and how much hit your hit is. I'm making so much sense. But if someone would, like, count up the times and make a nice average for me, that would be cool. Stick it in the comments. Yes, I'm asking you to do math. This is the downside to using wood. Takes forever to break. Oh, yes! Ooh, thank you! This room is good, because some of those make very good suspicious stews. And suspicious stews were totally something I could make with things that generated the mansion, so long as the mansion generated a mushroom room, which it didn't. Instead of a mushroom room, I found a room with a chest, which was also pretty good. Hello? Okay, not bad. What do you want me to actually do with these armor trims? I don't know. Gonna do this. And then, on my way out of the room, I tried to do something cool and failed. Dang it. That was about to be a cool parkour thing, but I did not do it. Neither of the other two open rooms in that area had anything of note in them. One of them was a farming room with literally no crops, and the other was a smithy. And I know from my extensive reading of the wiki that neither of those have chest spawn in them, so I was uninterested and went back the other way. Ooh, another one. Okay. Got so many bones they'll be after me for the museum. Oh, hello. Thank you. I would take a nice good stabbing. So here I'm going to speed up me punching the Vindicator to death because you've already seen it twice, and if you're very interested in seeing the full thing, remember it'll be linked in the description. Ooh! Axe drop. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna slide the bones out of the way. Oh god. I was really hoping the guy in the hallway was from there, but he wasn't. As I was punching the Vindicator to death, I looked around in my inventory for what I might use next. I saw that I had name tags, and that gave me an idea. Oh, wait a minute. I have 3 name tags, and I know where an anvil is. Can I name you Johnny and have you kill people? That is a crazy idea that just might work. Using the anvil in the smithy, I renamed all of the name tags Johnny, because if you name a Vindicator Johnny, it will go on a murder spree against mostly everything. I say mostly everything, because while I had hoped that it would attack Vindicators, I checked the wiki, and nope, it does not attack Vindicators, so my idea was a bust. But it was a good idea, just not a good idea. And nothing very interesting happened on the rest of the floor. I used the same technique to get rid of Vindicators, I freed some allies from some prisons, and I did manage to find another treasure room, but overall, just nothing very interesting. The bottom floor was cleared, and it was time to move on to the next level. Normally when you climb the stairs, there are a bunch of Vindicators waiting at the top, but strangely, this time there weren't any, and it put me on edge. And it was good that I was on edge, because this level would have evokers, and for someone in hardcore with very minimal armor and tools, evokers are kind of a death sentence, and I was going to need to kill all of them. So I was still using my, strategy from the lower level of blocking off rooms, taking them one by one, and clearing out as many things as I could without them being able to hit me. I was doing a lot of not using the door, making a little window into the room, and trying to tempt the baddies towards me so I could hit them without them hitting me. And because an earlier Vindicator had dropped an axe, I had a spare axe, so I was using that to kill other Vindicators because, hey, I was getting a little impatient. Everything was going well, everything was fine and dandy. Admittedly, I hadn't encountered an evoker yet, but I had a plan. I was just gonna trap it in whatever room it was in, and then I was gonna figure out how to kill it. Small problem though. My first evoker wasn't actually in a room. Oh, what the heck? Alright. That was something I had not planned for, so I got out of there real quick. I went the opposite direction. Unfortunately, in the opposite direction, there was another evoker, one that was dangerously close to the doorway of the room it was in. And if that wasn't enough, there was also a skeleton, which, like, yes, it's a lower danger level, but it was still annoying, so I'm gonna complain. But luckily, when I was done fighting the skeleton, it seemed the evoker had moved away from the doorway, leaving me clear to block it up. And I did not do that first. I blocked up another room first and then blocked up that room, because yes, I have priorities. And those priorities involve not wanting something to come up behind me, because that sucks. The next thing I encountered were the stairs to the last floor, and if there's anything I've learned from my multiple runs, it's that these stairs generally have a bunch of baddies around them, and this time was no different. However, luckily, there was no evoker, so I was able to deal with it and get rid of them all very quickly and easily. And not only was it easy, it was also rewarding, because one of the Vindicators I killed dropped a very high durability axe, which is great. Oh, that one's actually in pretty good shape. By that point, I had cleared out the entire second level except for the evokers. And they were about to be something I could no longer procrastinate. Oh, why? Really? The old plan had been to block it into a room and then figure out how to kill it. But it wasn't in a room, so I guess I was just gonna have to make the room? And thus began a decent-sized chunk of time I now call Corn inches her way towards an evoker by trying to block its line of sight at every opportunity until she messes up, because of course I messed up. Oh shoot. Vex are terrifying. Those things can kill me so fast, and then I'd have to start the run all over, and that would be annoying. So I was out of there, and I ran away. But the thing is, Vex don't follow you very far if you haven't actually hit the guy, so then it was just a waiting game until they despawned. Vex that are spawned by an evoker don't actually despawn. They die because they start taking damage 30 to 119 seconds after they've been summoned. That's straight from the wiki, by the way. So I just had to wait for all of them to die. Except I'm a little bit impatient, and so I just kept going closer to see if they were dead yet. Spoiler, they were not, but it's okay, because they didn't attack me because they couldn't see me and I hadn't hit the guy so they couldn't, like, lock onto me. And while I was waiting for the Vexes to die off, I had an idea, because sometimes when you shoot a skeleton from far enough away, it just fully doesn't realize you're the one who shot it, so it can't find you to shoot back at you. So I was hoping maybe if I made a bow and arrow and I shot the evokers from far enough away, they wouldn't spawn any Vexes because they wouldn't know where I was. Huh. Stupid idea. Very, very stupid idea. Except it wasn't a stupid idea. Using that technique, I managed to kill my first evoker. And there I go, preemptively running away just in case the evoker summons Vexes, which it didn't, so now I have proof of concept and I go back to finish the job. Oh, okay. The funny thing about using this trick is that the evoker does try and summon the Vexes, throws his hands up in the air, and you do sometimes hear the noise. It's just that no Vexes actually spawn for whatever reason. Oh my god. I had successfully killed my first evoker, and I knew there was another one on the floor. I had trapped it in a room. But regrettably, I could not use the same technique of just shooting it from far away because I was out of arrows. So I was going to have to do things a little bit more dangerously and just go for the stab and run technique. The stab and run technique is exactly what it sounds like. You hit the guy, preferably a crit, and then you just kind of run away. It's easier if you go downstairs, but mind you, the Vexes will chase you, so you just kind of have to run for a bit. You get like small breaks where you can stop running because you can't see any Vexes, but once you hear them screaming, or shrieking, or whatever you even call it, laughing maybe, then it's time to start running again because they can and will kill you. And just like before, it takes between 30 and 119 seconds for them to start taking damage, and then it takes like a couple of seconds for them to die. So you best have a lot of endurance and maybe a good supply of food, which I did not have. I was just eating rotten flesh and hoping for the best. But eventually, they will die, and then it's time to go back up the stairs to where you left the evoker and start this whole thing over again. The only problem with the hit and run technique is that you have to actually have a target to hit, and so if you don't know where the evoker is, you can't hit it. So here I am, nervously breaking into a room because, I can't see the evoker, when all of a sudden it pops out at me. Oh my god! And with my heart rate in the sky, the second evoker was defeated, and that meant that the second floor was clear, and it was time to move on to the third floor. Okay. We are vibing, I think is the proper word for it. And here I am immediately blocking off both rooms just so that nothing can run at me, and then I'm going to investigate the face on the wall, because I've heard that sometimes there's a secret room behind it. Only unfortunately, this time there is no secret room, it just leads onto the roof. Dang it. And then it's back to the rooms to actually clear them out, but there aren't any Vindicators or Evokers. In fact, the only thing that tries to attack me is a skeleton, which I take care of very easily because it's a skeleton. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. That can't be it. But it was. I checked the roof, no extra rooms. And then I went to Spectator and checked again, and yup, I had 100%ed it. I had achieved my goal. I had 100%ed a woodland mansion in hardcore Minecraft with no outside materials. So there we have it. I know last time I did something like this, we had, some complaints in the comments about like how it was too small and too easy. So you know what? You know what, comments? You want to do that again? Just write, Corn, you could never do it again, and I'll do it. I'll do a bigger one with more evokers. Why am I agreeing to this? Oh no. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in my corner of the internet sometime soon. See you next time, maybe.